Let the games commence! Ta-wan-ta-ta! Ta-wan-ta-ta!
What up, yo? Hello, everyone out there in the void. I'm Zach. This is the Shaken Fist, and my camera is very uneven. That's vaguely better. How y'all doing? How's everyone? How's the world? It's shit, isn't it? Although the past few days have been quite funny. You know, if only we could spread this word and message of peace. That really, we only need to kill a small selective few, and then in the end, we can all be happier. You know, as an American citizen, I have fond, thoughts about, the French. Not because I was lied to about, them not wanting to do things in Iraq or anything, but hey, I don't know. It has something to do with them helping us with the Revolutionary War against these British pigs that I live with now. So, the French, they had their little revolution with Robespierre, and maybe it's time for us. They only call us wankers because we're correct, and we're correct before them. That's the way I look at it. Count Kalinske pointed this out, and I think it's very true. We're all, us progressives are usually correct first. So, fuck them. Viva la résistance! Viva la révolution! I can somewhat do a French accent if I, pull out the most stereotypical thing possible. So, cool. So, what do I got to talk about? I don't know. First off, I do want to do parody songs still. So, if there's people that can play instruments that would like to do parody songs with me about religion, politics, stuff, drop us a line. It'd be very cool. I'd like to do it, but I'd like to be able to make parody songs that don't get flagged every 2 seconds because I've had to use the original music. That'd be cool. But yeah. So, did you enjoy the Jews killing Jesus again? Just get the fuck into it, isn't it? Did you enjoy the IDF killing Jesus? Did you enjoy the Zionist God? Do you know what? We haven't killed Jesus enough. It's like the little revenge. They've been, persecuted by, Christians and Muslims and stuff for a couple thousand years, so they decided that it's their turn. It's always cool. Do you know, that's what I always liked best about, Mahatma Gandhi or, Martin Luther King Jr. or any of these other peaceful people that did peaceful things, aside from the non-peaceful things they did. But that's not what we're talking about right now. What was I saying? I'm barely 10 minutes in, and I've already lost my train of thought, so that's cool. I come in with bluster. But yeah, so you know what they did after they did all the peaceful things to, change the world, for good for about 5 seconds because humanity's a bag of dicks, a really dirty bag of dicks with dirty dicks in them. What they immediately did was when they got power, they bombed everyone, killed a bunch of stuff, and that's cool, right? Isn't it fun that everybody can be up in arms because, oh my God, did you see it? He smashed Jesus in the face with a sledgehammer. Meanwhile, there's reports out there of the IDF literally training dogs to rape prisoners. Like, why? I don't know. Why do we care more about a stupid fucking Jesus statue than people being raped with dogs? Don't know. Is it because people have got the little fucking scarves on too tight? And I say that as a British term that some of you might not understand. You see, there's a thing over here made by a radio presenter called the footballification of politics and basically everything. And over here, when they say football, they mean soccer because they're stupid and they think that it's football, even though the term associated soccer was made at like Oxford or Cambridge or whatever. Not Oxford. That's America. No. Whatever, one of those British institutions, highfalutin British colleges where they teach you how to run the world and to fuck everybody over. So they like to wear scarves with the team names on them, so they put it on the next one. Basically, these people are it's spiritual warfare. Yes, it is. That's the thing. For all the bluster of how nice and peaceful and everything religion is, they sure do like to fucking kill everything and everyone that is not even slightly like them. Or even just a little bit like them, but not that much. That's why, hey, they smashed the picture of the face of Jesus that's bad because that's Jesus. But the fact that they're killing Christians, well, you know, they shouldn't have lived in Lebanon. These people only care about religion and all this stuff because they're so insecure in themselves that they got to fucking harangue everybody else into this little tiny box of bullshit to do, don't they? And if you don't according to that bullshit, then I don't know, you'll be like that woman that was, you know, making fucking jokes on her like Reddit or whatever about like, you know, the university being bombed because fucking, you know, Netanyahu was coming and an obvious joke. But no, it's okay to infringe upon free speech when that free speech is against the solid liberal, capitalist order that has been brought into the Western world and basically placed on everyone like we're supposed to give a flying fuck, that we're supposed to fight within the rules of the game because they made them, no matter how unfair those rules are. So take these fucking like whiny Republican bitches, because they're all whiny bitches. Remember when they used to say, "Oh, all the liberals and the progressives, they're all whiny bitches with the colored hair and the nose rings and the right?" Because they're all a bunch of whiny bitches themselves, right? And what is the most common thing that Republicans do and the right wing do is they attack others for what they do themselves. So when they start attacking others, we should watch what they do because it's almost certainly what they're going to do. So these people, these fucking whiny little bitches, I've got a little taste of, because, you know, us like lefty progressive types have been kind of told and controlled that we should follow the rules and, you know, maybe it'll work out and maybe you can affect change or blah, 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 right? When these people have been cheating left, right, and fucking center. All the Epstein class has been cheating at everything left, right, and center. You know, oh well, you know, the thingy college, the electoral college is really cool because it gives us more power, and you know, free speech is only good when it's on our side. And you know, I really like the idea of second, you know, we have to have the Second Amendment because we need guns in case a totalitarian dictatorship turns up, unless it's ours, and then we need to take it away to stop that revolution. So all these whiny little cucks have decided to, you know, that they've, you know, they came in through the door. They said, "Come on in, pull up a cuck chair." Sorry, I watched the Super Troopers 3 trailer and I really liked that line. You know, and they just wanted to, they went, you know, we're going to fucking gerrymander Texas because Donald Trump asked us specifically to do it because we're a bunch of fascist, dictatorist bullshit knobheads who only care about our own power and demonizing others. Right? Because we're a bit richer than them or a bit more Christian. So, you know, these two, you know, democratic institutions cajoling, working in coercion with each other to like literally taking away the voting rights of people that are in the opposing side, even though they're already winning. That is perfectly fine. A la watching something like a Tim Pool dipshit or fucking, was it BP, Patrick Brian Davis or whatever. I can't remember his fucking name. But, you know, these people are like, it's fine when it's us, but it's not good when it's them. How dare they do the thing that we were doing? So they got a little taste of fucking people cheating against them. And because they're so fucking conditioned to think that they're allowed to cheat and our side isn't, that, oh my God, oh, I can't believe they've done this. Oh, why? We do this all the time. I know almost 75 to 80% of all gerrymandered redistricts are done it in the favor of Republicans, but they've done it once against Donald Trump. Oh my God, have you seen how he wants to destroy the White House to make his own personal mansion there? Yay! And he wants to completely change all of Washington, D.C. into like what? You know, Washington Trumpistan, and then, you know, so he can go over to places like what, you know, wherever the country that Kilimanjaro's in, and go, hey, if I give you a lot of money, will you call it Mount Trump? And they considered it. That's a real thing that happened. It's fun, isn't it? Yeah, but the thing is, right, this was always the plan, right? The plan was to always give the country to billionaires. So the Republican Party is nothing more than the British fucking Empire. Now, stick with me. The Republican Party, after Abraham Lincoln and all that stuff, when they did the Southern Switch and the Democrats went to the left and the Republicans went to the right, that's why the Republicans are red and the Democrats are blue, do you know? Because the rest of the world, the left is red, you see, and the right is blue. Except in America, they're in America because they had the Southern Switch. They swapped sides, you see. The whole point, like Dixiecrats and all that, all this right-wing establishment in America, the whole point is they are the British Empire. They are the remnants of the British Empire that have decided that actually, because they have this old money that has come in from the old world, what we need to do is really, really, I don't know, expand everywhere, rape everything for all of its resources, just like the British did, and, just keep on doing that in the name of good old America. Isn't it the best? Good old red, white, and blue. Much like Britain. These people have been handing around these things of power with the idea that maybe things will get better for ages, because they realized that if you give people an incentive to work aside from just you have to work here, you don't get health insurance, that actually people will go to college, people will learn things, they'll get better jobs, they'll do all this to boost the economy. So at a time like this, when all these rich people have decided that actually they don't need us to be productive for them anymore, so they degrade technology, they up prices, they let inflation run rampant, and they overtax us for themselves, because they cut their own taxes and put the tax burden on everyone else, and then go, hey, by the way, did you notice how the government isn't working? Isn't it weird? It's like taxes are pointless. So why don't you pig of shit ignorant people pay less taxes but pay more in private fees? Because when we leave the government, we still want your money coming in. So if we get rid of government services, then we can make you go into private corporations that'll charge you out the ass, provide worse services, and they'll charge you more, because they get to make money. Isn't that cool? Because America is just a country of middlemen, where every single way possible, you need to stick another wedge in there to find another way to make another buck off the poor man's back, because they themselves are so feckless and idleless that they have no idea of actually how to run anything properly. That's why they all have boards and 50 middle managers and fucking all this different shit underneath them, because all these cunts know how to do is be handed money. So they make you think that none of this other stuff can work, so they can get more money for doing fuck all. Why do you think there's every one of these CEOs owns like 50 fucking businesses? Because it's so hard. It's so hard, and they're just so productive. If I could only sleep 1 hour a day, I still wouldn't actually be able to run 3 low-level companies, let alone 6 or 7, like these people do at high-level companies, because they have fuck all to do. You know what I mean? Well, I've had the unfortunateness of listening to George Carlin since I was about, I don't know, 10. So, I've watched this stuff in real time from like 1996, just getting worse in the favor of rich people, because the whole point of getting rid of Glass-Steagall and Dodd-Frank and and speeches, money, and corporations of people is because they want Blade Runner. They want Blade Runner mixed with fucking Idiocracy, where everybody's a fucking moron, right? Very much so. Actually, 4th of April. Am I remembering the dates wrong? Almost 12th of May. Fair enough. I was close. And yeah. Anyway, yeah, Colin was the best. But these people, they want Blade Runner with Idiocracy, and that's why you don't. That's why, No Child Left Behind by George Bush Jr. was a bag of shit, because the whole point was to make this generation that's coming up now, the kids, about look maxing and all this stupid bullshit online, because they're fucking idiots, right? That's the whole point. They've been degrading education since, like, what, the 80s? Because they don't need you to be productive anymore. There's too many people and everything is too efficient. They don't need you anymore. That's the point. So AI can come in and get rid of everybody's jobs. It doesn't matter if they do it worse than you. It's cheaper, and that's all that matters. Because these people don't care about, like, if it works in the end. These people don't care about anything, because these people have convinced everyone that it doesn't matter if it doesn't work. That's just the way it is. The enshittification of everything is basically complete, because people just go, well, that's just the way it is. You just have to expect it, instead of, like, I don't know, being a hero and burning down all the businesses. Like, come on. The idea that we're supposed to let all these fucking assholes just completely lord over us, break all the rules, fuck all the kids, do all this shit, and we're just supposed to be like, do you know, we just stand here with a sign, then it's okay, right? We feel like we've done our part. Isn't it cool? We're led we have let ourselves become a society of people ruled by bullies because, well, you can't fight against the bully. Fighting's bad. It's silly. When you have Nazis everywhere and your leaders are fucking every kid in sight, maybe it's time to stand the fuck up. Maybe it's time to do something. Maybe the idea that, like, oh, look, it's the Iran war, let's ignore the Epstein files, is silly. Maybe we should constantly be talking about everything, otherwise Steve Bannon wins. You know that guy that was trying to make a literal documentary about how great Epstein was so he could make his image better, who then worked in the first Trump administration and got thrown in prison for his activity during January 6th, likes to say things like, we win because we flood the rivers of info with shit. Because they have made, through the internet, through social media, and through a lack of education and a lack of, like, I don't know, I can't think of a better word than endorsement, to, like, read more. Encouragement to, like, read complicated things, to read philosophy, to read psychology, to read science, to be and this push to make everybody anti-science through medical bills being too high, so you get pushed into quackery by that fucking I like raccoon dick fucking sounding cunt RFK Jr., right? And people like that sell fake medicine so they can make money off the back of your mistrust in the medical field that the government is instilled in you by I don't know, hiring production TV companies like oh my god, what's that place called? Oh, they owned Ring of Honor. Oh shit, I forgot what they're called. I think it begins with a C. They owned, like, all the so much public news in so many public news stations. Sinclair, that's it. Sinclair Media Broadcasting Company that used to, like, I don't know, make actual, news reports that were actually commercials and that were just to lie about how bad the Canadian healthcare system was. Hello, sir. Rock on. Just to show you how bad they were, and they were all lies, all scripted, done by 10 to 100 different reporters. I can't remember specifically because this was like years ago. To lie to you, and these people want to find every possible way in the world to lie to you. It's one of the reasons they started disincentivizing education, because then you wouldn't have the fucking brains to go, hey, you see these lying cunts over here lying to us? Because they don't want that. Because the second you put them under any kind of fucking scrutiny, all these socially inept pedophiles get really worried about everything. I don't know how to answer anything, and get angry. And then you get people like fucking Peter Thiel and his shitty, I've named mine after the evil thing in Lord of the Rings Palantir Company, going, do you know, I'm going to put out a fucking manifesto saying how much we should kill everyone because you're all a bunch of inbred, ungrateful knobheads that should be fucking ecstatic at the world order we've created, and how dare you be angry to live under the world that we've created for us and not you? How dare you? And we're supposed to be like, yes, sir. No. Pitchforks, torches, fucking go for it. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Over here in Britain, we got what's that fucking cunt's name? Nigel Farage and his shitty, like, fucking Reform Party. A basic bunch of failed right-wing Tories, because that's what they call the Conservatives over here, the Tories, that was so Nazistic that they got kicked out of their own party for one reason or another, breaking the rules, doing many things they shouldn't have done. So then they go join more Nazis, and then go, hey, do you see how we've ruined the country? Maybe vote for us so we can fix it, right? We know how we broke it, because we're the cunts that broke it. And it's the same in America. Every fucking time a Republican comes in, they fuck up everything because everything's about making more money for the rich and fucking you over because you're a poor piece of shit. And they don't give a shit about you. They don't like you. They know that's one of the most fun things about The Boys. Forget all the superhero bullshit. One of the best things about the TV show The Boys is it's actually very good at showing you exactly how these people in high power lie to you day after day and how they perpetrate this shit and how stupid you all are for following them. Like, come on. But no, it's woke television. Oh my God, it's so woke. It has a political agenda that says we're evil. And it's like, maybe it's because you Republican fuck, is evil. Maybe supporting a party that cares about not funding, like, I don't know, healthcare, food, water regulation, air regulation, maybe a whole party full of people that want you to breathe in just this dark, coaly smoke every day because it's cheaper for them. These fucking cunts that want you to like go out there and just drink this fucking water filled with like fracking oil, or like, what's the other thing? Like over here, they like it's all full of shit now because these people haven't been regulating the water systems because it's too expensive and I don't want to do it. Like, yeah, this whole like side of humanity that wants to ruin everything so they themselves can make a quick buck and then break the fucking law because they fucked up the law so much that they're not possibly going to come after them, because I know that we've raised inflation so much and stagnated wages to such an extent that people are robbing stuff, and robbing's bad. And it's like, no, it isn't. Robbing from a giant corporation is always 100% okay, and I don't care who the fuck you are. People say, oh, it should only be people that are really poor. And it's like, no, fuck them all. I said, like, I posted a thing on my thing the other day. Maybe insurance companies, if we kept on burning down these warehouses, would actually start to see, I don't know, unlivable wages as an actual downside, and might actually start charging people higher insurance that don't treat the fucking, company employees properly. Because that's the thing. That's why they don't want universal basic income or anything like that, because they plan by the end of this fucking century. I'd be surprised if it wasn't before 2050, maybe even 2040. They don't want any of you to work. They want you to all be slave serfs that fucking don't have any money, don't have any rights, and basically just have to fucking deal with all the shit they force feed you because they're gonna fuck the world so bad. That's the whole point. They want that Elysium fucking shit where they're all on their own and everyone else is fucking dead, so they can have this like big, beautiful technocracy where none of us are in it, because we, being poor and having our own minds and not part of the big pedophile Epstein club, we can all fuck off. And we're supposed to be like, hey, aren't these all just the most patriotic people in the world? It's like, no, these people are cunts. You know what's patriotic? Paying your fucking taxes and making sure that your neighbor has a road to drive on, making sure that your neighbor's children have food in school, making sure that your neighbor's children have electricity in the schools, making sure that the water is clean and people aren't going to get sick from it. That's fucking patriotic. But we've been we've been fed this bullshit, like, individualistic lie that really every man is an island and a king of his own castle. Oh, isn't libertarianism is great? It's great, isn't it? And it's like, no, it's fucking stupid. The idea that you can just get rid of the government and nothing bad is going to happen is silly. They know plenty of bad things are going to happen. They just don't think it's going to be to them because, I made enough money so I can build a wall and hire guards and it's fine. They don't care about anything else. These people have been trying to work for the downfall of America for fucking decades because America says you should be secular, maybe you should have the right to a fucking education and a decent standard of living and the pursuit of fucking happiness. And they've been trying to destroy that idea in everyone for fucking decades because none of us deserve that in their eyes, only they do. So fuck us at every step of the way. And that's why these fucking cunts use religion to control everyone. Because they know if they tell you that there's an intangible God guy in the sky that sees everything you do and knows all the bad things you do and is going to send you to a place full of burning and torture and all the evil things forever and ever and ever until the end of time, which there will never be, do what I say. Unless you want to go there. That's the whole point. They teach you from a young age to fucking be scared of the man in the sky. Oh, isn't Santa lovely? No, it's fucking horrific. The whole idea of Santa Claus isn't this nice idea that they're giving you. It goes, oh, isn't it nice that the children come down for a fucking, for the Christmas morning and think a jolly fat man has come through the chimney and left them presses. No, they are trying to instill in a fun, more tactile way that actually there is tangible rewards given and intangible punishments given from an intangible guy in the sky watching you, knows everything. He knows when you are sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows when you've been bad or good. So be good for Christmas sake. For goodness sake, whatever, right? Because the whole point is to brainwash you from a young age to always be paranoid. Always be paranoid of the guy in the sky watching you. So when you turn 4 or 5 and they don't want, they don't want to tell you about Santa. They've been lying to you about Santa, right? Because they think if I lie to them about Santa, then maybe they'll figure out about Jesus as well. Because nothing that these people do is about living a free and fair life. Nothing. It's about giving you reasons and excuses why your life is so fucking shit and why everything they do is someone else's fault. You got to blame the immigrants. You got to blame the blacks. You got to blame the Browns, the Indians, or the American Indians, or the Jews, or the Polish, or the Germans, or whoever. It's always someone else's fault. It's never this really small, consolidated class of billionaire pedophiles that have, like, I don't know, had a giant pedophile network ruling the world together for decades. But no. We gotta forget about that because hey, you know. Have you seen the wars that are going on? And you're not supposed to link these wars to the pedophile Epstein class. Do you know, I saw something last week that tried to say we shouldn't say the Epstein class anymore because it's anti-Semitic. And it's like, go fuck yourself. I'm sorry. I know they are the Epstein class. They are a bunch of rich people, and not all of them are Jews by any means. Who like to fuck kids a lot, like so much that they needed a special plane and a special house to do it in. You know, with a little trap door into the ocean for no reason at all, none whatsoever. Hello, Al. How you doing, sir? You know, word up. I'm just ranting about everything as usual. You know, shaking fisted all that. You got to live up to the namesake. But yeah. So, there is a thing that I've been wanting to talk about. But I got too caught up on that last bit. So let's park that for a bit until my ADHD brain comes back to it. And did you see the Indian guy, the Indian guy that's been scamming everyone? Oh, mwah, mwah, mwah. Beautiful chef kiss. Love it. Every second of it. It's beautiful stuff. So there's a guy in India going through doctor's college or university or whatever. So he needed money. So then he started making AI. He's like, I'll make some videos of some AI bitch with huge titties, and everybody will love him. You know what I mean? Remember to like and subscribe. I gotta remember to do YouTube things, but it is. No, they are. But the thing is, right? So this guy went fucking then. Oh, it's so good. Then he fucking, it wasn't making enough money. So he decided, I'll make her a MAGA bitch. And then, the money started pouring in. And then he went, you know what? I'll make more money. And I'll make like a progressive bitch. And no, we didn't buy it. And he said in the interview we did about it, he went, yeah, I tried to scam the progressives and the liberals, and they were too smart. Because, you know, all the MAGA people are fucking morons, and they'll fall for anything as long as it vaguely agrees with them. Because they know their image is just everyone in our party is basically some kind of rich knobhead white guy, right? So, you know, anytime it's a black person or someone from the subcontinent of Asia or like whatever, or a Latino, or, you know, oh, it's Marco Rubio. Oh, it's Kash Patel. Oh my God, it's Erica Cook. Oh. They need these little, you know, they need their token people. Token. I say Tolkien. Yeah, because Lord of the Rings. Anyway, it was one of the best jokes in South Park. He's the token black guy. But yeah, so like, they need these people to look even vaguely presentable to everyone else because they know that if anyone actually paid attention to them for even a quarter of a second and didn't have their little MAGA hat on too tight, they would see that everything they do is a fucking sham and a scam, and like would stand up against them. But that's why they cut education off for everybody. That's why they like courted all the conspiracy theorists like RFK Jr. and all these, you know, fucking knobheads. Oh, the medicine isn't real. The world is flat. You know, the moon isn't real. Have you seen we live in a bowl? Like, they courted all these people because they need idiots. The base kept on shrinking because, you know, people would go, maybe voting Republican every time isn't actually working. Because, like, what, Trump's first against, you know, lizard woman Hillary Clinton, like, she won the popular vote. Fucks him up, doesn't it? like they got their ass handed to them twice by Obama, and like was it Bush Jr. lost the popular vote as well and had to harangue and cheat with his brother in collusion in Florida to win. They knew their time was up. And there's a thing that always sticks in my head, and I can never remember what episode it was because there's 50 gazillion episodes of The Daily Show, and Jon Stewart's doing God's work. But like Jon Stewart said, like this is like around the time of Obama, he said something about this being like their last gasp. Like the power is finally leaving them. And this is when they get more dangerous. So you need to pay extra special attention. And you know what? No one fucking did. So like, was that 10 years ago? Gamergate happened. I remember Gamergate. Why did I ever stop? Because there was a few YouTubers that like hurt my feelings. I didn't want to do it anymore, to be honest. I've got not bipolar. I always think BPD is bipolar. It's not borderline personality disorder. And like I feel betrayed super easy. So there was like somebody that said they was going to talk to me about Egyptian step for like 3 months. People saying they was going to like do skits with me, different shit, and then like just every time it came to it, they'd either put absolutely no effort in or just go, never mind. Oh, did I say I was going to do that? Or just not turn up. And it's like, what's the point? And that's why I'm only doing streaming now, like once a week, because I don't really want to put any effort in. And it's killing me because I want to make videos and I want to make stuff. But like, I don't know. There was a lot of people in this community that just wanted to pretend to be friends with, like, make it look like they were being friends with everyone. Because like, I don't know. It's my problem with the secular community. It seems to be a lot of fake people. A lot of fake people, especially just looking for, something like more people. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. I just didn't feel like I was part of the community. So I didn't bother. But like, again, some of that is real. Some of it was imagined. Because like, when you got borderline personality disorder, apparently that's just all your brain does. You go, I love this person, the best person ever. And then, you get a slight I get from them, real or imagined. You go, oh my God, how dare they? So I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, that wasn't everyone. There's people like Amber and Dave. Anytime I asked them to do something, they basically said yes, except for, like, I think Amber didn't want to sing in a couple of songs. But that's fine. People don't want to sing, they don't want to sing. That's cool. I kind of left them both in the lurch. I think I left Jimmy Tux in the lurch as well, to be honest. So I was just as bad as everyone else. Well, thank you. I don't see the point in being dishonest. That's why I'm a progressive. But yeah. It was just like, I was spending a lot of time in people's chat rooms being ignored. That's probably just me expecting that people didn't talk to me. I don't know. And then it all came to a head after Joe's protest. And like a couple of people just like held me up when it was like I had streams. Whatever. I was paying like 150 quid a month to make videos and stream, not making no money. Like whatsoever. I wasn't getting paid by anything because of my immigration situation. I was what's the word? Not able to get any like disability benefits for my back or anything. And I wasn't earning anything. I mean, yeah. But yeah, there's all the things. I think that's all the things. Plus, what? No, there was one more thing. Plus, this is why I'm doing politics a bit more now. Well, I hope more people pick up on that. But cheers very much. That was the thing. I got sick of watching Christian videos. It's really depressing, making the same arguments every 5 seconds. And then just feeling alone in the community. Feeling alone from the world is sad. So anyway, yeah, all right, Pippin. I know I'm streaming though. Do you want to say hello to everyone? Come here. Come here, Pippin. Come here. What's up with you? Oh, there's the poppers. Hey. Oh. The camera doesn't think your face exists, dog. Hey. Yeah. You go that way. Do you want me to open the door for you? I'll go open the door for you. Just a sec. Let me go open the door for my dog and grab the brew. I'll be 2 minutes. you know what? I'll put on a little festive song. I'll put on the last song I made. No, they're not. But you know, I got a psych for a while to learn that. Because like fucking, you know, I thought I was more like ADHD with like, because I have like rage and depression issues, and I never came to bipolar. Not bipolar. I kept on thinking bipolar, and it was borderline. And borderline makes so much, especially there's a type called petulant borderline. It makes so much fucking sense to exactly everything I see and do. Where's my shit? Just right. I'll be back in a minute and a half because I've got a brew ready and I'm gonna let the dog out. So I'll play something from the past.
Hey, Jesus.
Hey, Zach. Surprised to hear from you.
Well, you know, I was kind of bored. I was just sitting around. I was thinking of you.
Really?
Well, of course. I always am.
How's it going?
You still there?
Yeah, I was just blushing. Heart's gone all flutter.
I just wanted to say, you go first.
I love you.
I love you too. Hey, Jesus. Can I ask you something?
Of course, my son.
What are you doing?
You know, just revealing stuff.
You know, like, what are you wearing? Something revealing for revealing? Yeah.
I mean, you know me. Something light,
Some light and airy.
simple white linen. How about you?
Yeah, just a cross.
Seems like my father being a carpenter has really taught me how to erect wood. Seems a breeze has really caught my linen. Really only being held on by the wood I have erected.
Really? Yeah. Jesus, I have a sin to atone for. I appear to be touching myself. Come unto me, my son. For us it is okay.
Oh, that was fun. I forgot about how funny that was. Well, yeah. I made a discovery the other day. I think I made a discovery. An important one to science. I think. I'm not sure though. So some help would be appreciated. I think I discovered how to prove a cyclic universe. Maybe. I think I might have figured out how to prove it. Actually, prove it. The problem is I don't know if this has been thought of already. And I've been like writing a fantasy book of a D&D game I made, so I've not really looked it up. But I've been toying around with this idea for a little bit. So I was watching some video about voids in space, and I think voids in space are the actual key to a cyclic universe. Because I am very much of the opinion that a cyclic universe is what the universe is. So I'd be very appreciative if anybody could tell me if I'm bullshit, if I'm just how wrong I am. Because like somebody must, you know, that's the thing people don't think of it. If you've thought of it and you are not a scientist in that field, then I don't know. It's probably already been thought of. So tell me what you think. So there's the like say take the boots void for instance. You know, there's plenty of voids, but I know the name of that one. So you got the boots void. And the void is where there is nothing in space. Not nothing, but you know, nothing. For a given value of nothing. That amuses me more than it should. So in those voids, there is no gravity, nil poids, none. Because there is nothing, there's no mass pulling it in, right? So that makes actually going into the void difficult because all the, you know, galaxy slash stars slash matter, whatever, pulling you together, thus making the void bigger. So eventually, those voids would meet and bring space together into one singularity. What do you think? Let me know. Where was I? I don't know. I don't know. I was watching Dat Badders do his video before. talking about his dad beating the shit out of him, and it was I don't know. You know, it's closer to the end of the stream because I'm only doing like an hour and a half these days. But like, I don't know. There's more for me than anyone else. You know, I remember it just brought up a lot of things about my dad because my dad died recently, and like my dad was quite an abusive cunt, and I didn't speak to him for like I think I tried once, but the entire time I've lived in Britain, so like 26 years, not spoken to him except for like one little period of a couple months. And it's like, you know, I was trying to come to grips with my anger problems, and then like, 2015, 2016-ish, and like, you know what, fuck it. I tried to talk to him. And he tried telling me that my mum kidnapped me over here. My life's fun. Like fucking, what's the word? Put all this shit in my head. And then I don't have, you know, broken bone remnants to show or whatever. And like, it pissed me off, and then he died. Like, I don't really speak to my family, almost any of them. I speak to my grandmother, because she's like the only one in the family I give a flying fuck about. Because she, you know, she might be a drunk Christian, or at least she was a really drunk Christian, and I know she still is. But, you know, she was always there for me, so I give a shit. And then she is on her way out. And she was like trying to, my dad had like 4 kids after me. I never met, because like he had him after I got taken over here in 2000. So I started talking to like 2 of my half sisters, and after he died, they tried like, you know, oh, he's, you know, he was just mean to you because he had a health condition, and like it wasn't even that he was mean to me. They were fully under the apprehension that really it's because he didn't talk to me, he wasn't like nice to me, not even like abusive, just he wasn't nice to me. So I sent him a big long list of all the shit that he did, and then nobody's talking to me now because, you know, it's always fun being the abused one in the family, isn't it? Because like nobody gives a shit. You're the dirty little secret that everyone wants to forget about. You know what I mean? Like my dad's the old reason I have like ideas of being trans in my head, because like he used to dress me up, and his friend lived in the basement. He used to, because I lived with my mum until he got out of prison because he was like bouncing checks or something. So I moved in with him when I was 10. Yeah. And like he had a guy living with him in his basement. And then he had this thing about calling me a woman all the time because I was just brought up in a single mother household for 10 years. It made me a woman. You made me a woman. So then, you know, he used to like just randomly attack me to make me hard. I couldn't flinch. You know what I mean? And it's supposed to be like, you're supposed to just what, get over it? I don't even know what the point of me talking about this is. But, you know, it's just fucking, he used to dress like him, and you know, and when he wasn't beating me, and he had his mate living downstairs, he used to dress me up in a dress and then like make me do chores and then laugh at me because I was the woman. You know what I mean? If I could play guitar, bam! Threw me out windows. I remember once he kicked me in the nuts because I like couldn't hold, like whilst I was underneath a van, like I couldn't hold up the thing that holds the oil, the gas or whatever, while I was trying to screw it in. And the man's my size. You know what I mean? Full on in the nuts. It's nice. Thrown through doors, windows. He bought animals to abuse them. He made me like animals, and then like he'd abuse them to get at me. It was great. The woman he got with, she had a son, and he decided that he'd have to be, and that was like a baby. So because he wasn't there for me, he'd be there for that one, and I could just fuck off. And I was like, you know, I don't know, placed on him because my mum met some guy online, so I had to be punished for it. Don't know. What was the point in that? I have no idea. I don't even know if I feel better saying that. Fun. Because I remember when I was going to come back the end of last year, start of this one, but I was like doing psych. And I got kicked off because there was an immigrant. Hey. But yeah. I don't think I have anything else to rant about. That's all it is now. That's all this is now. Just me ranting about shit, getting shit off my chest. Fuck it. It's called the shaking fist. Why not? You know what I mean? But yeah. So comment, subscribe. Like the video. If there's shit that you'd like me to talk about, just let me know. I'm whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah. It's been fun. I'll see y'all next week. Slaters, yo.